Even Dubai suffered in the global slump, but home to the tallest building in the world, could it be scaling new property heights once more? Now, in our UAE Direct season on BBC World News, Mark Lebel asks, why buy in Dubai?
Dubai, a bustling multicultural metropolis in the Middle East.
It's amazing how the desert, can be converted to something so civilized.
When the city-state's property market first took off, some people were making an absolute fortune.
It changed their lives.
Then the bubble burst.
People that couldn't afford to buy properties were buying properties.
Developments were put on hold.
Ambition was a bit of a problem, over-ambition.
And its oil-rich neighbour Abu Dhabi had to hoist it out of trouble.
So the total outstanding debt for Nakheel is $1.2 billion.
$1.2 billion.
Now the buyers are back.
Dubai ticks a lot of boxes. It is an amazing blend of the best of the East and West.
We meet the developers.
A trader will never be happy unless the market is going up double-digit.
Sun fund no tax still applies, and that's a big draw.
The estate agents.
In the older days, I took people out to villas that were along a dirt road.
And those brave enough to buy off-plan.
Any investment is a risk. I mean, if you don't think of it as a risk, then you shouldn't be investing.
I can't afford to lose this property.
Why buy in Dubai?
They're rolling out the red carpet here in central London for the world's first international property show solely dedicated to Dubai. Many of the major developers are all under one roof, offering homes of all shapes and sizes, including this one, an apartment block with interiors encrusted in shiny crystals.
The market may have crashed in 2008, but this event makes the Emirate look like it's fast becoming the New York or London of the Middle East property scene.
The reason why we haven't chosen to go London is London at the moment is extremely overpopulated, and the markets are saturating as well, with a lot of the rate of inflation increasing as well, so it's really hard to buy and sell properties here and rent it out as well.
Most of the properties on show here are at the planning stage or under construction, but they are still up for sale. This exhibition will be going on to Nigeria, Kenya and Russia, but London is a good place to start because Brits are the third biggest buyers of real estate in Dubai.
Dubai is now number 3 in the table of nations offering the best quality of life for those looking to emigrate from Britain.
Expat Sunil Jaswal has come home to the UK to organise this show, where company reps are trying to persuade people to buy off-plan.
One of the most important things about investing is you've got to choose something that's right for you. In real estate, property investing, in fact in life, nothing is guaranteed.
So far, more than 160 nationalities have bought in Dubai. Najoud Nasser rents a place in the city and now wants to buy a home to live in. She hails from turmoil-stricken Lebanon and sees the Emirate as an ideal location to raise a family.
Najoud, you're looking at buying something in Dubai already. What has caught your eye?
I personally like Dubai Hills. It's in a very strategic location. It has all the amenities, the future amenities that I would like to have, and it looks very, very posh, yet reasonably priced.
So how would you structure this deal financially? Would you be able to buy it outright?
Even if I would be able to buy it outright, I'll still go through the bank.
When do you think you might move in?
I believe it's in 2 years, but I'll give them 2.5.
She's not unrealistic to think it will take that long. At this fair, would-be investors are being encouraged to buy places that are nowhere near completion. And that's one of the things that got Dubai into hot water when the market crashed in 2008. This man bought off-plan almost 8 years ago.
Back in 2007, it was just a basic one-bedroom studio, which was said to be complete back in 2009, but it's now 2015 and we're still waiting for it.
Is it frustrating, the communication lines with you?
It is, yeah, because sometimes you send them emails and you ask them questions and they do give answers, but they could give more away.
What would your advice be to someone who's looking to buy in Dubai today?
Go for properties that are already built, not off-plan ones.
We've just heard that someone has come in and bought 3 apartments in these tower blocks, costing a cool $600,000 US each in just 30 minutes. But this model is pretty much all they've seen because they're just laying the foundations and nothing's going to be ready for another 3 years. Why do you buy in Dubai?
It's the centre of the world. It's more or less the future.
You have just bought off-plan in Dubai. I mean, that must be a bit of a risk.
Any investment is a risk. I mean, if you don't think of it as a risk, then you shouldn't be investing.
There are clearly risks. So what's the attraction? Located where east meets west, Dubai is a uniquely situated city-state. Of the 2.3 million people who live here, 90% of them are foreigners. It's grown from a small trading post 20 years ago to hosting the world's busiest international airport. Its towering skyscrapers and state-of-the-art ports make it an ideal business hub. Its hospitality industry and world-class shopping malls are the envy of the region.
Well, it's time to meet Najoud again. Now, I know this area looks pretty desolate, but there's a whole new community springing up just over here.
Villa Lantana is a development of villas currently under construction. We visited the show street of 6 houses, which is fenced off from the rest of the building site. The prices range from $800,000 to over $1.3 million.
Hi, Najoud.
Hi, hello.
Great to see you back in Dubai. How are you doing?
Thank you. Here we meet again.
Yeah.
Najoud's first viewing after her return to Dubai from London is with expat estate agent Kitty O'Neill.
Okay, Najoud, if you come in, we can go into the family area where you have your living room and dining room together. And as you can see, it's a pretty large room. Lots of natural light coming in, which again is really, really nice, and it makes the place just feel really good. This is one of the special things about this house, is this beautiful area just upstairs.
Oh, and it has a connecting balcony.
It's one of the special features.
Najoud started renting in Dubai 16 years ago.
It was a time of lots of activities in Dubai, lots of nationalities coming along from all over the world. It was definitely a time of metamorphosis, like the butterfly coming from a chrysalis. It was times of wonder.
Those times of wonder were also a big draw for Linda Mahoney,
Hi, how was the traffic?
who came to Dubai as a nurse in 1982 and became an estate agent.
Oh, wow. How big is this penthouse apartment?
That's about 14,000 square feet.
She's watched the market develop from the very early days, way before foreigners were first able to buy in selected areas in 2002.
In the older days, I took people out to villas that were along a dirt road.
But despite the lack of infrastructure at that point, people couldn't wait to buy.
People stayed up all night waiting in line to book a house in a development.
And this is the kind of place that was built to capitalize on all the new money flooding into Dubai just before the crash.
So this is where you have dinner, and what a view for the dining room.
Yes, it's quite a marvelous view with the shoreline apartments on the Palm, and lovely dinners have been had here for sure. I think we'll go and see the kitchen.
British developer Andrew Lemon played a major role creating these apartments for the super wealthy, who he thinks are still in the market.
We've not really seen any decline in the numbers of people looking for the sort of properties we develop. And as an alternative to Jersey, Guernsey, BVI, Cayman Islands, Monaco, people are moving here. And quite a few people from Monaco. Monsieur Hollande has done a great job in driving quite a lot of wealthy French out of France into Dubai. And it's not just the tax. People actually prefer the life here. So Sun Fund No Tax still applies.
But this 45th floor apartment is still available to purchase 8 years on, and its price has dropped 20% because the market around it collapsed. That was because at the height of the boom, tax-free living encouraged flipping. So what's flipping? It is buying a property off-plan and selling it on at a profit within a short space of time.
I always used to think it was like musical chairs. Is that it just went on and on and on. There was always another place to sit. And eventually, there were a few signs, and it was June 2008 when we really first noticed it in the commercial sector. And
that the music stopped.
That the music stopped, and the chair wasn't there, and the person who purchased that the day before literally could not sell it the next day. So that was the
So that's the story of
global-
Dubai. It's musical chairs.
I just want to go through the offers now, guys. OK, we're just going to divert to the offers.
The music once stopped for Peter Calamari, who's now back on his feet in Dubai. He was an estate agent in the UK before moving here with his family in 2008 during the recession.
That's a hot property.
He immediately invested the proceeds from the sale of his house back home in a commercial property here, which he planned on quickly flipping.
The group of us invested approximately $150,000 with the aim of returning $150,000 back to us, making an additional $50,000 within 2 months. Unfortunately, we didn't sell it, and we didn't have the funds for the next stage payment. So unfortunately, we defaulted. Having to tell your family that you've lost $150,000 is not easy. But in hindsight and looking back, I'd have to say it's one of the best things that's happened. We've learned our lesson, and it really gave us the drive to put things right.
The crash didn't just affect people trying to make a fast buck. Those who were looking for a long-term investment lost out too, as developments were put on hold.
Several foreign investors we've spoken to bought apartments in this block in 2007, expecting them to be completed around 2 years later. The deal on offer was that the apartments would be rented out and managed, giving them an income. But almost 8 years later, they're still not ready. The company behind this project is ACW Holdings. We invited them to give us an interview to discuss the complaints that we've heard, but they declined.
This complex is nearing completion, so investors here will finally realize their investment, unlike others who sank money into projects that were cancelled. The government has put new measures in place to try and control the market, but the crash nearly brought the emirate to its knees. Can Dubai really sustain another property boom?